Welcome to your journey, get ready to fly. Knowledge is a treasure, let's reach the sky. Dreams are the currency. Okay, so now that you are ready to sell a product, as I said earlier, or maybe I didn't say it earlier, but this is what, of course, is obvious for you to do is choose a platform. Choose a social media platform where you know your target audience frequent. So there are three platforms that I will, suggest to my students: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Yes. Now, as a beginner, so that you won't get overwhelmed with content creation, because when you create a content and you're all over the place, you have to post those content across boards or across platforms, and it could be very tasking if you are the one doing it. So I would suggest, if you are creating you know a product, for instance, Instagram is good for people that have products to showcase. However, Facebook is very good with building community. So you can manage the two. At least Facebook and Instagram, you can actually do what they call scheduling of posts, whereby you structure your posts and then you start scheduling them. So the way you schedule it, you can actually do you can construct your content for a month and schedule it for that whole month. Give it a date. So at each date, the content will be posted for you automatically. You have no business in it. So if you ask me, I would suggest you start with Instagram and Facebook. Now, Instagram is to showcase your products in the highest quality ever, and then Facebook to showcase your product, but you should tell more of stories to build a community. So once you do this, it's now time for you to go and find out. Of course, before I say this, you should have ensured that your products are being posted in the best quality ever. Please don't over polish your products pictures, so that there will be no issue of what I saw versus what I got. Yes, because that wouldn't do too well with your building your trust for your business. So yes, you should work on the quality of your pictures, but don't overdo it. Once you upload your product or your videos, you now go and research on the price range of that product. So for instance, if it's a bag you're trying to sell, you need to find out what's the price range of this bag. What kind of bag is it? Is it a leather bag? What kind of leather is it? So you know the kind of price you are going to give. And because you're just coming into this business online, because you might be in the business already. If you're in the business already, that's fine. So you're not a novice. But online, people are getting to know you. You are now going to price your product not too low and not too high. If you are actually trying to create a course around your business, which I always encourage artisans to do, so that you have multiple streams of income. You are selling your bags and you're also creating a course on how to teach people on how to make these bags. So, God forbid, if a lockdown comes tomorrow, you know that you're not going to be out of money, because people are going to be locked down in their houses and they want to do something. That's where the burst of online, you know this online thing, online awareness, business awareness online, came to play, was now recognized, because people were locked down and they had to start learning something, and they all turned to social media, where they got all to know about things that they could learn to better their lives. And that's how people got to realize that you can actually stay at home and work. So if that happens, you know that you now focus on selling your courses that you created on your business processes. Yes. Now, I didn't say that when you're teaching people your business, you shouldn't teach. I didn't say you should teach them your secrets. Don't teach people your secrets, but please don't hide from them what they can do to better their lives financially and scale up their business. You can do that very well, and you're not teaching them your secrets. So once you do this and you find out the price, as I said, if you're creating a course, please don't sell your course too cheap. At first, you can sell your course very low just to get people that will be able to give you, testimonials. Because the more testimonials you have, the more valuable your course will be and the more the price can be. Because if you get people who pay less for courses, they will frustrate you. These are students that will get into, I'm talking from experience, these are students that will get into your course, and by the time they are supposed to course, if you're doing artisan, for teaching people how to craft, they need to, practice these things and, show results. Most of them may be too lazy to do it because they got your course at a very cheap price. And you are jeopardizing your time, the time you use to create these videos. It's not easy, especially when you're trying to be, you know, when you're trying to actually give your best. Please put a price tag to your time. I mean, it's your time. Put a price tag to your time, the time you waste in creating this thing. That's why handcraft is very valuable, because it's time consuming. They will, waste your time. They will not practice what you give them to practice, and it's frustrating. But it has been proven, and I've seen it from experience, the higher your cost and somebody can bring out money to pay, they will value that money that they paid you and not jeopardize, on the time you spent to give to them and the requirements that you expect them to give back to you. I hope I'm making sense. Good. So once you get the price, it's now time for you to run ads. I know you might not like to hear this. I am sorry. I'm telling you what I know is obtainable. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what is obtainable. You have to run adverts. You have to prepare for it. Because if you are doing a business offline, you need some form of advert. You need people to get to know who you are, be aware that you exist. And that comes in the form of perhaps billboards. Billboard may be too, voluminous, but at least you need to prepare a banner or a poster that shows that, oh, this business is here. Now, when I started my business, I just went there with my cooler. I went to my selling point with my cooler, my food cooler, and I felt people would know that she's selling food. But hey, they didn't know. They came asking me, what are you selling? And I was like, in my mind, I was like, duh. Can't you see I'm selling food? However, I got to understand that I needed to put up a banner. And thank God I'm a graphic designer, so I created a banner. This very one you can see here. Yes, I created it and it attracted so many people to me. In fact, it made people see me as, a classy person. Good. So that is that. So if you need to create some form of advert offline so that people can get to know you, what makes you think that when you're online you shouldn't run ads? Ads is a form of advert. So you need to run ads. But the thing is this, now that you've created content and you've gotten some response, the engagement may not be much because Facebook and Instagram, it's a business for somebody, and their business is audience. So they limit the kind of they limit the amount of audience that will see your content. So you need to run ads to make people aware that, oh, this person exists. So the strategy I use is this: I create content on my page and I make sure my content is really rich, so that when I now run ads on one of the contents that I have, created, I'm not selling yet. I'm running ads so that people will get to know me. More audience will get to be aware that I exist. Because when you run the ads, they would definitely check out your page. When they come checking out your page and there is not enough content to showcase your KLT factor, most people will not buy from you. I had that experience. So once you create your content, now when you now create, run an ad, maybe an ad for awareness, just get to know that I'm existing. So one of those your content that you created, just run an ad on it. They get to know, wow, so this person exists. Oh, I like to follow this person. This person looks like someone that I would like to, engage with. They will now follow your page. One thing about ads, it helps you get to more audience faster and quicker. And people will now, for instance, when I was running my ads for my courses, most people that didn't have the money to buy immediately, they saved my ad and came back to me later. I was even surprised when I saw a strange person come into my DM and posted the ad. Like, oh, I saw this song at some point in time. Is it still available? And even some of them were willing to pay for the price that was much more higher, because when you run ads, you should give what do they call it? You should run your ads giving a discount. And after that ad, your price should get back to what it used to be before. And they were ready to purchase it. They didn't have any issues with that. Why? Because they saw me as somebody that has something valuable to give to them. So that is that. So once you run your ad, let's say for 1 week, for them to get to know who you are, then you can now run an ad for your product. And guess what? If you structure your ad well, in a day, you can make 150K in less than 24 hours of waking up. So let's do a mathematical calculation of how that is possible.